welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a unique MIDI controller that set out to make complex music theory more accessible to beginners and more inspiring for pros. This is the TheoryBoard. Straight out the box, the TheoryBoard looks like it came from the future. Its colorful grid-style pads and esoteric-looking touchscreen make it one of the most visually striking MIDI controllers available. All the connectivity is located on the back. There's a port for a 5-volt power supply, a USB connection which powers the unit and connects it to your DAW, and two 3.5mm jacks, one for a sustain pedal and the other for MIDI out. To use those, you'll likely need adapters. Mine didn't come with any, so just a heads up, if you get a TheoryBoard, you may need to acquire these separately. As for the size, it fits well in a studio setup and is portable enough to take on the go. So that's an overview. Now let's get into my critique. I'll start with the pros, then I'll get into the negatives. The first pro is the intuitive layout of the pads. The real beauty of the TheoryBoard is that you don't need to be a music theory expert to start creating. The layout keeps you in key, eliminating guesswork. Select a scale, and the board populates with chords on the left and scale notes on the right. There's even an option called Live Note Update, which changes the note layout dynamically to match the chord you're playing. I find it especially useful for arpeggios and crafted melodies. A second noteworthy feature is the simplicity of the touchscreen. There's no steep learning curve here. Navigating the various settings is intuitive. To give example, you can select scales, chord inversions, add strumming, aftertouch, and more right from the screen. Sure, some of the icons may look mysterious, but what they do can be figured out rather quickly. Another thing I like about the TheoryBoard is its seamless USB MIDI and DAW integration. This is how I wish all controllers would arrive. For me, it was completely plug and play. I used FL Studio and the TheoryBoard was recognized instantly as a MIDI controller. No drivers needed, no setup hassle. And lastly, what I like about the TheoryBoard is the slim profile. It's super easy to carry, lightweight, and semi-compact. It's about 27 inches long, just under 6 inches deep, and just over an inch tall if you include the pads. Works well if you're tight on studio space or need something that's grab and go. So now, let's move on to the things that are not so great. Number one is definitely the price tag. Expensive is a subjective term, but I have to be honest, this is a niche product with a highly questionable price tag. You're definitely paying for the concept more than the actual build quality. For one, the chassis is very disappointing. Despite the futuristic design, the plastic used feels flimsy. At this price point, I expected something sturdy like aluminum or a high-grade composite, something in the realm of the Machine Mach 3. It's very underwhelming to open a box you spent $749 on and out comes some cheap plastic. I genuinely think I could snap it in half if I tried hard enough. The next disappointing thing is the poor pad sensitivity. This was by far the biggest issue. The pads were terribly unresponsive right out the box. I had to tap them way harder than I should have just to trigger notes, which kills the creative flow. But I did some research and found a workaround. If you're comfortable opening the unit, you can improve sensitivity by adding small squares of racket tape to the sensors. Disclaimer, this is not officially endorsed, of course, but I did it and it completely transformed the experience. The pad sensitivity is pretty good now, but it's still disappointing that a fix like this is necessary on a board that, I reiterate, costs $749. The last issue I have with the TheoryBoard is that it doesn't have pitch and mod wheels. This is a missed opportunity. Pitch and modulation wheels would have added so much expressiveness and value if included. To work around this, I connect a second MIDI controller and use its wheels alongside the TheoryBoard. It works, but it's not ideal. I'd much rather have some that I could reach right here on the device. Now let's sum things up. Is the TheoryBoard worth it? Well, if you're a producer looking to spark creativity, or if music theory has always felt like a barrier, this controller could open up some new doors for you. The concept and layout are undeniably smart, but if you're expecting flawless hardware and performance right out the box, be prepared for some compromises, especially around the weak pad sensitivity and missing pitch and mod wheels. So, that wraps up my take on the TheoryBoard. Now I'll throw it to you. Let me know in the comments, have you tried a TheoryBoard? If not, would you consider getting one? Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.